When we picture our wedding day, we picture the romance, the fun, the beautiful moments, but there's a lot of practical things that need to be taken care of that day as well. And it's good to anticipate them and be sure that you have them covered. One thing that always needs to be done is packing up the room where you and your bridesmaids and potentially the groom and his groomsmen got prepared before the ceremony. A typical bride's room has shoes and hairspray and makeup and the clothes you changed out of. So it's either a good idea to pack all of that up prior to the ceremony and go ahead and put it in someone's car, or be sure that someone, a friend, a relative, an aunt, is designated to be sure that that room is cleaned up and that all the belongings have been transported away from the ceremony. Because that's not the kind of thing you really want to have to stop and do. Right there between the ceremony and the reception, you probably don't need to be packing up t-shirts and hairspray. Just kind of takes away a little bit from the romance of the day. Another important thing to remember is that a lot of guests will bring cards and gifts with them to the wedding. So you'll want to be sure that you have a table set up where those things can be placed. It's very popular to have a bird cage or a small house-shaped object for people to drop cards in. But then you need to be sure that someone is responsible for those gifts, takes them away from the ceremony location, puts them in a car or a van, and is responsible for making sure that those leave. Taking photographs after the ceremony can honestly be a little bit of a challenge sometime. So start by talking with your photographer. What pictures are going to be taken, where they're going to be taken, and how much time he or she is going to need to take them. The next thing to do is to let your families know what the schedule is going to be and what your expectations are. If you can keep your immediate family or whatever family you want to take pictures with in the immediate vicinity, it will really move things along. Because when your photographer is ready to take a picture of your mother's extended family, if your grandparents and aunts and uncles are still sitting right there ready to go, then it's not going to take very long. If we've lost Uncle Bob to standing outside talking to his friends, it's going to take a lot longer to put everything together. Also, be considerate of the groups of people that you'll be photographing. If you have elderly relatives that can't stand very long or that maybe need to go back to the hotel and rest, or toddlers that really could use a nap or a snack, you might want to go ahead and get those pictures taken first and then move on to adults that might have a little bit more stamina or patience. Last but not least, don't forget to have someone collect the guest book that your guests have signed and to take the decorations, either just to remove them from the ceremony location or to take them to the reception to use as decorations there. Flowers and ribbons that you've used to decorate can make a really attractive addition to your reception decorations. Taking those decorations to the reception also adds continuity to your day and brings the colors of your decorations from the ceremony to the reception, just kind of ties it all together really nicely.